$372 to go in and fix the tooth fully, because there was an actual cavity on the back of the tooth that initially had the hole in it, and then the molar right behind it, the filling had fallen out a while back, so that had to be taken out and put back in and replaced. Something I learned the other day that I'm kind of excited to share, and I know I mentioned it a little bit the other day. There's a filling composite. Basically, it's a ceramic zirconium mix, and it was developed by a doctor in Germany, and it's more bio compatible with our bodies than a lot of the other resins that are out there. And my understanding is these other ceramics can also be just as toxic. It just depends on the chemical makeup of the composite filling itself. So if you have mercury in your mouth, you have any heavy metal fillings, I mean, you gotta really look at your health. Ask yourself, am I dealing with chronic pain, fatigue? It could be anything. It could be heart disease, high blood pressure. Apparently, my understanding from research, a lot of cancers are also instigated from dental work, dental issues. I mean, our hygiene in our mouth affects our overall personal hygiene, our body, inside out. So, yeah, and I can go into that a little bit more another time, but the particular resin, I had to ask because I was curious. I had just learned about the Voco the other day. It's VOCO is what I was told, the name of the filling composite, by this German doctor over in Germany. And apparently it's Swiss made, and my mouth is still numb. It feels really weird. Ugh, the whole face. So this Voco is what I have in my mouth from before, which is nice to know. That means I have a biocompatible filling already replacing what I had as mercury fillings. So I'd love to know if anybody else out there also is using the same type of fillings or what you have in your mouth. Because like I said before, it's really important to know, because this gets absorbed. Everything that enters your mouth goes into your bloodstream more readily available into your body. And if your mouth is absorbing, can you imagine if you have toxic chemicals in your teeth? I mean, that's really leaching into the rest of your system. That's something to be really aware of. And I said it yesterday, the ADA owns the patent rights to mercury fillings. So of course they have a vested interest in why this country hasn't ponied up and said, okay, we're stopping the mercury. They know it's toxic, but that's taking personal responsibility and being accountable. And that would mean the ADA would have to say, we made a mistake, we're sorry. And who knows how many lawsuits would be coming out of that, like I said. So, yeah, if you have mercury in your mouth, I highly recommend you find a way to get it out. Some way, shape, or form. I have a phone call to make regarding another dentist. I really, really like this dentist here. She's super, super informative. Her as we say, bedside manner is extremely sweet and gentle. And, you know, when they put the Novocaine needle in the mouth, you don't feel anything. I didn't feel a thing. I didn't even feel the needle go in. So I'm really happy with the work I've had done so far. They said to call back if I need to have this adjusted, my bite, because it does feel a little funky right now. And they said once the Novocaine runs off, wears off. See, I can't even speak properly. It just feels so weird. And I am actually hungry. Yes, I want to just say thank you so much. I mean, the whole purpose of me coming on here is just to keep you updated as to where I'm at. And let you know how grateful I am. Because if it wasn't for those of you out there who have donated and supported me, I wouldn't have been able to make this appointment. I was supposed to have the appointment a week ago. But unfortunately, I was unable to make it because I didn't have enough funds. As it was, the first appointment basically came from the surplus of allocated budgeted money for just the bare necessities, which are electric and keeping my house and everything. So, it's the little things in life that we tend to take for granted. Making sure that you have water, running water, or electric. But see, if you don't pay your bills, funny thing is this is where the poor keep staying poor. Because if they can't pay their bills, then they have to pay a fee, which is just a flipping of a switch in most cases. And they get tagged on more money as opposed to, being helped. But I do know one thing I've learned over the years. No matter what, if you are willing to speak up and reach out and ask for help, I don't care what anybody says out there, somebody will help you. And I see that. I've done it for people. I'm getting it done for me. And I am very much appreciative. They say the squeaky wheel gets the oil. The truth is, if you're unwilling to speak up, you'll never know if somebody would have also shown up to you. If you need help, never be afraid to ask. It may not come from the person you wish it would or want it to come from. It may come from a complete stranger. But you have to be willing to step into vulnerability, be courageous enough, act of love, to show up for yourself and ask for the help and be willing to accept it when it comes towards you. Sometimes people will say no, even though they want the help, because they're afraid of what they'll have to do in return. Help should be given without expectations or strings attached, because otherwise that's a business transaction. If you do something from your heart, there is no expectation, there is no assumption, and there is no hidden agenda and obligation. Help from the heart is not a business transaction waiting for something in return. Now, if you make a contract with somebody, that's a business deal, right? But if somebody's reaching out, genuinely asking for help, I encourage you to consider, what would you do if you needed help? And a lot of times the reason that people are so bitter and nasty about even giving help is because they don't feel worthy of receiving it themselves, let alone asking for it. And so it gets projected out and turned into something about themselves, which in reality, they don't even see. Again, those of you who have donated, I want to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And if anybody out there can still help me, I really, truly do still need more work done. They want me back in again because of another area that I have a bacteria. And what has been explained to me regarding dental work, if you have one area with cavities, it's almost like you've opened up this cornucopia of bacteria, and it goes wherever it sees a weakness. So I want to try to get this all taken care of so I'm not walking around with a ticking time bomb in my mouth. The reality is maybe this could have been avoided, had I known I had the one cavity and didn't end up with all these other cavities. So if you need something done, you just got to be diligent. You got to not wait till it gets worse. And people will say, well, there's worse people out there off than you are. Probably because they just kept pushing it off. And I'm just trying to set an example that you don't have to wait till it gets to that extreme and then you need more money. Do it when you notice it. Don't push it off. This is what we need to all come back to. Take care of things when they need to be taken care of. Don't put things off. Medical, dental, personal relationships, personal time, whether it's going to the gym, taking a walk, changing your lifestyle, your diet, stopping a habit to create healthy habits. Just do it. Take care of you, because there's only one of you, and the only one who's going to ever show up for you is going to be you. So if you're unwilling to show up and say, hey, I need help, how is anybody going to know? Because only you know what you need. So thank you again. if you cannot donate money, I would just appreciate just sharing this fundraiser, inviting people that you think maybe could help, and kind words and compassion. And that when you are able to help others, pay it forward.